Is Poggy Woggy? I don't know.
What about Poggy Woggy?
He said Poggy Woggy is okay. I forgot to add him to the roster.
Technically, no.
I don't.
Rosters have to
I
be
mean,
locked in 24 hours beforehand.
but I don't know if he's already brought it up with the mods though. And while he
Where did he say that?
said that in Stream Team. And I don't know if they're pulling strings because it's a mod and architect on the team.
Yeah, isn't that
I'm
always fun?
sorry, like I know I'm throwing shade on stream right now, but
Are we live right now?
yes, we are live.
Oh goodness. Nat.
I'm sorry, I read that as soon as we went live. I wasn't even like I didn't even think about it. But I don't know if Poggy Woggy is technically eligible.
I mean, Chaotic did say is okay. I forgot to add him to the roster.
I
I
know,
guess.
but I want an outside opinion on the matter. I really do. I want to ask for an outside opinion. But I mean, the big thing is we just had a huge roster system change. Just like,
Yeah. So it's confusing.
so I don't know.
Because I would hate for it to happen that if
But
it
I
doesn't,
don't. But
if
I don't want to
Poggy isn't
get.
okay, and then they would have, and if Anti ended up winning, then they would have to forfeit. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want that to happen
and
for
even
either
if
team.
that happens, like I don't want like them to. I don't want Poggy to be or like us get blamed because Poggy played. Like it's like we were told that it's okay. That's why I want an outside opinion before I start up. Who's by the way Bullet and XM53?
They're on Anti.
Okay, 503. Blue, blue,
And so is Drizidic.
blue.
I was just asking for a second opinion from on that, and Chaotic just sends me a question mark.
And not, it can't be Weeb either. Like, Weeb can't give the second opinion. I want an outside opinion.
You can say that then. Oh, okay. Yeah, then it's fine.
Can you ask for, readies?
They're both ready.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start, up map 1 on Busan.
Woo! Everybody's favorite map.
Now traveling to Busan. Initiating match.
Alright, here we go into map 1.
Oh.
Busan. Oh, and it has to be the most lovely map, Mega Base. Gotta love it. Gotcha. Oh. Oh, looks like we're getting a good old Ryan Zarya combo with the Moira Lucia, and more like Dive-esque supports or DPS there.
You're gonna have to go back to lobby.
Why?
Match chat.
Match chat. What do you mean match chat? Are they having match chat issues? Like, group chat issues?
No, apparently somebody wasn't ready, even though we are past the 10-minute mark.
And we got readies from both teams, didn't we?
No, that was my bad. I had read, as Anti was ready, like MJ saying he was back, and I assumed that was a ready. That was my bad. And that wasn't even the right people that they wanted in
Oh my
either.
gosh, okay. Who do they want in for you?
Weeb, Draz, Slider, MJ, Bullet, Yigsy.
Fighter? Who?
Slider. He's already in there.
Okay, MJ is Bullet. Who's coming in? Okay, wait. Okay,
Bullet's
okay, so Bullet doesn't
Bullet's coming in.
Bullet's coming in for. Okay, this is too many people, man. Weeb.
Bullet for Chaotic.
And then Bullet for Boggy, right?
No, it was
Yeah, Boggy's
Bullet.
not in there. So Bullet. Yigs.
Yes, but Weeb is not. Weeb is
Oh,
in there.
I'm swapping the wrong team. Right?
Oh my god. Yeah,
Shut up.
Wolf and MJ back.
Shut up! It didn't
my
happen.
God.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Wolf is like, we're trading.
I don't know what's happening. Dude, I'm losing my mind. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
this is what
goodness.
happens, dude. I swear. Okay, so
This is why Nat should not be in charge.
I can't do it. It's just there's so much going on. Okay, so I need the freaking. Okay, so Bullet. Oh, wait, why is Jigsy on the? I'm so confused. Dude, I'm legit confusing myself. Dude, I'm so confused.
You need to swap back Wolf and MJ.
Is that what's wrong? And then
Yes,
Phoenix.
and Chaotic is not supposed to be in there.
Okay, now we know.
It's a
Sai, get out of there.
no. Goodness.
Dude, I'm struggling right now, and I apologize, stream, but things got really chaotic really quickly. Shush. Shush. Where is they need to stop texting so I can keep that freaking roster on my screen. Okay, so
I'm right here telling you.
Okay, so Weeb and Draz are in there. Okay, Slider and MJ are not in there. Where's MJ? Oh, MJ is there.
MJ
Slider,
is there.
Okay, then
Yigsy
I need to
and
put
Bullet.
Bullet in. Okay, we figured it out. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta put Sai up. We gotta put Sai up here, and I'm gonna go right there, and Sai is gonna be red. Sai needs to be red.
Chaotic needs to be blue.
Chaotic needs to be no. Oh yeah,
He's
he
not.
does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Chaotic's not on Pepehands.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Stop. I know I'm stupid. You don't have to remind me. My God.
Can we get an F in the chat for Natalie and her struggles right
Natalie, it's Nadia, but just call me Nat, please.
now? Nadia, I'm sorry. I see Nat and I think Natalie. I'm sorry.
No. We're figuring it out, man. We're figuring it out. I got really confused really quickly, and we got it. We're under control now, guys. Alright. So, can we ask for a ready now, please, now that I'm not having a mental breakdown trying to figure out who goes where? Please and thank you. I apologize, chat. That was not what I was expecting to happen there at all. So please.
I'ma call you out like that in the match
I mean,
chat.
I called myself out on stream, so it doesn't matter. I got bigger rep than you do, huh?
Oh, goodness.
Okay, there's my stream. I need to get to it. There it is.
Alright, they're both ready now. Let's
Okay.
go.
I asked them if they were sure because I don't want to start it and then be like, oh, we gotta go back to the lobby. No. Really, MJ? Yeah, we're starting now. Too late. There we go.
Now traveling to Busan.
My guy. I just want to make sure. Yo, it happened the first time where I was told that we were ready and we weren't. I'm sorry that I was being extra careful.
Okay, that first time was my bad.
And then I had a mental breakdown while trying to swap teams up. Guys,
Yeah.
only the quality that you'll ever find when watching my streams. First geometry and now mental breakdowns. Let's go. Pog champ.
Because she can't get the right people on the right teams.
Dude, I'm still getting used to the new rosters, to be quite honest. Like, it is kind of rough. Where is stream team?
Ready for battle.
You spelled Teir wrong. I hope you know
Shut
that.
up.
Okay. It's I before E except after C.
That's not always true.
I can't believe I remember that from like elementary
I'm
school.
telling you, that's not always true. I is before E. Or wait, I'm sorry.
I
can't-
before E except after C.
No, there's another. I'm telling you, there's another word.
I don't know.
Round one.
And it's close
Capture
enough.
the objective.
I think if a misspelled thing is the worst thing that happens in this stream.
Alright,
then
alright,
okay,
alright,
okay.
alright. Okay, it looks like on both teams we are running a Ryan, Zarya, a Moira, a Lucio.
Looks like Drastic gets a quick pick onto Demos for the early pick on the main tank. Looks like they're actually cycling the point here to try to get point advantage. The takedown slider, so they've got swapped picks. They take down the Tracer. Drastic is pulling in the kills here for Antimatter. And looks like Antimatter's actually going to win this fight fairly easily.
As long as they get that Zarya that's on the point. There
Yep.
we go.
And Zarya got a slow pick there, so it looks like we're going to be waiting a while for that Zarya to get back. And looks like they're going to actually go upstairs to hold the door, which is a very smart move on their part. If I was Antimatter, I'd go through that.
No, it looks like looks like they are mirroring Secret and Hydra both swapped over to the Genji and the McCree respectively.
Oh, Ryan getting that good pin there, but Genji going in the backline with the blade. Gets the Moira.
Ooh.
Big picks from
Yeah,
Weeb there.
I would not want to mess with Weeb on his Genji. And it looks like Draz is going maybe on a flank.
Get into position.
Yeah, like a low-key flank over here on the left side. Maybe get a sneaky high noon.
High noon coming
Oh,
in. Drastic
yep,
gets
there
the
it
Genji and
is.
the Lucio. They're gonna push here to try to get the spawn push. Gets Drastic, but the Reinhardt goes down. Moira in the back line. Gets out to her team though, and looks like Antimatter is gonna fall back with 5 players here.
Yeah, they.
Grab comes out.
They're gonna
picks up
get grabbed
Antimatter.
right in that choke point.
But doesn't look like
They
it actually
popped the
gets
beat
anyone.
drop and the high noon.
the McCree looking like it gets weaved. Drastic kills the Reinhardt though. That's a big pick for on Reinhardt. But Slider goes down. Moira goes down. Giggsy goes down.
And Secret is popping that Genji blade. It just might be what they need to get onto the point.
And
As long as
looks
somebody
like
can touch and
looks like
Yep.
Pepehands is gonna take a late pull here, but it only takes one fight for Antimatter to win.
yeah, and on oh, and Secret gets a late pick onto Weeb.
This will restore you.
The Pepehands do have a couple of ults online here. They are coming up on a high noon, and they do have grab.
I would say honestly, I feel like the ult economy on either team are very similar. They're very similar ult economies. But looks like Drastic and Yiggsy are picking up kills, but Yiggsy goes down to the Sigma. MJ getting kills, Drastic pulling out for their team.
The picks are definitely going in Antimatter's favor here.
Sigma goes down, and it looks like Anti's going to take this point. Now it's just a mad rush into point to see if they can get a contestation.
Yep.
Noon coming up from
And
Drastic.
Drazidic did have that high noon to keep them off the point. Stagger in the picks even more.
And
a grab right in the middle.
to keep them from getting on point, which is actually really smart to do. If you've got a last minute grab, just throw it into the nearest choke point, and whoever's trying to get on point can't, so they can't like continuously stall overtime. It's really smart.
Ready for battle.
Big brain plays.
Now that we're waiting about 30-40 seconds for the game to start here, I would like to talk about the new changes to shield barriers. Have you actually seen the new changes to shield barriers?
I am so ready for the shield barrier change. I mean, I didn't think Ryan's was that big of an issue. Sigma's, I could see why they changed it, along with Orissa's as well. I mean, Orissa before Sigma was just fine. But with the double shield meta, the shields did need to be nerfed.
And now they're drastically nerfed. Each shield has at least 300 damage hit points taken off of it. Ridiculous. Well, let's save this topic for a little bit later and get to the game. Looks like we got a double barrier. As we're talking about double barrier, it comes out on the side of Pepehands.
Yep. Antimatter's gonna have to play a little bit more conservatively and more as a unit here if they're going to try to run
And the
their way
fact that
through.
they're just letting this Hansel stick on this right flank over here and just take them out from the side is really dangerous, especially for a Ryan Zarya combo. Like, Ryan can only really block from one direction, and Zarya's only got a bubble every 8 to 10 seconds, so...
Yeah, and Bullet has already popped his coalescence. Her coalescence.
But I have to say, the fact that they got coalescence that fast in a fight is pretty, like, that just shows how strong Moira is. And looks
However,
like Zazitic is getting a late stagger, Bullet running back with Yiggsy to try to escape. It looks like Pepehands will take the first point here. What do you think?
I think Angie's gonna be able to take this back. I want to say relatively quickly, just because they have better ult advantage right now. Pepehands popped 3 ults in that last team fight. However, Crits is gonna have a beat drop online.
But you also have to think it was 3 ults that charged the fastest on their team.
That is true. Like, Secret already is halfway to another Genji blade. However, that's not gonna really matter with the Rhyme Shatter.
And the fact that here that we see that Antimatter only used 1 ult, and 1 ult fights are what you want to go for, because if you can stagger your ults, to actually match up with like at least like go against the enemies. So you wanna like tank ults like Brian and Zarya, you wanna stagger against the enemy team. But ults like Yiggsy's ult and maybe Moira's ult, you wanna sync them up with the enemy ults. Like that. So Yiggsy had his ult there for the
Oh, Crit's sound barrier gets completely negated. He was low enough in that grab that it just completely obliterated it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the first word I could think of.
obliterated. Straight up just annihilated. Down to dust, man. Down to dust.
You know you're low health when you get killed by a Zarya grab. Looks like Pepehands has swapped off that double shield. Now they're running a hog instead of a Sigma. And Draz popped an early pulse bomb.
But the big thing
Maybe...
with Pulse Bomb is very much a throwaway ult. Like, you get it so fast at that
I
point
agree,
you
yes.
just throw it away and get it back eventually. Oh,
I
there's
agree.
the Dragon Blade, but they don't have a sound barrier to actually combat that.
They just popped 3 ults. They complete.
They popped 3 ults, and looks like the Moira ult is actually doing some work here for them.
Yeah, and an Orisa ult with a Moira Coalescence is never a fun combination when you're on the enemy team.
Yes, but
I know from personal experience.
But I feel like the Genji Blade should have gotten more, but it didn't. There, more value.
I agree with that. Genji is not always the pick, but with these two Genji players on their respective team, they farm their blades so quickly that Genji can be viable.
But my thing is, honestly, they should be careful about using Genji here.
Oh, the shatter!
Oh my god! Slider just coming in and wrecking their entire team. They only used 2 ults, 3. Oh, they used 3 ults during that fight. But they knew they only had to win 1 fight to win the game. Now they all have to do is hold them at the closed doors, and then they win, basically. If they body block them.
I was gonna say I could see MJ. I was about to say MJ can grab them right in front of them, but didn't really matter because Secret was not able to touch the point.
And guess what? Looks like our Busan map is going straight to map 2, or our series is going straight to map 2 with this quick 2-0 victory by Antimatter. I honestly think here, I think Pepehands really needs to like figure out their like they need a little bit more, like they don't have the cohesion as much as Antimatter, but Antimatter's been playing together so long. Like some of their players
Antimatter has been together, I believe, since season 1 of Mamas. I believe.
Yes, I believe
I could
so
be
too.
wrong.
Yeah, they were. I think they participated in the first season. So they've been playing together a while. Some of the players have been playing there for at least a year and a half. And
yeah, and Pepehands is a very new team to our server this season. So, and I'm not sure how many of them have actually played together for a long period of time.
I know for a while there. I know some of the players on this team were on a team previously, but were on a team together previously. But they have a lot of new players and a lot of new pieces to be putting on their board.
Yeah, a lot of new players, a lot of different personalities. It's never easy the first few games. I will say that. However, they were by no means a pushover.
Oh no, they did very well. They captured the point both times. I mean, they lost the point and lost the map, but they captured point both times. Give a big Antimatter a big run for their money, and that's all you can ask for. Sometimes you just gotta push, and sometimes you just gotta deal with it. I mean, you lose. It happens. It's Overwatch, like. So you just brush off the loss and take it to the next thing. But anyways, do you want to go back to talking about shield barriers while we're waiting for the readies and the swaps? Sorry, I'm really excited.
Yeah, you are completely fine. Honestly, with the new patch update, the one thing I am most excited about is the Moira nerf. Thank you. As a support player, having a Moira fade into your backline, throw a damage orb, and just kill you, and then get out before your team even realize what happened, very annoying on my part. I get easily frustrated by a DPS Moira.
But the fact
like my
is,
kryptonite, I swear.
to be an effective DPS Moira and still be an effective healer, it's a very crafty art. Like,
there's a very fine line from being a DPS Moira to being a solely heal Moira. There's a fine line where you can cross that, where you can be able to do both and do both well. There are only a few Moiras that I know personally that can do that. However, some tend to more DPS and it's just how it is.
It's true. It really is. Like, and my big thing is yes, like the barriers are getting nerfs. The barriers themselves are getting nerfs, but the characters are getting actual buffs because Ryan, his steadfast is from 30% to 50%, meaning he's basically unboopable, which was a big, which is still a big problem with Reinhardt. I mean, like you have to say it, like Reinhardt is a hard character to play on any map because you're always afraid of getting booped unless you're playing like King's Row or Temple of Anubis. Like it's only to be said. Like you have to worry about getting booped all the time because the steadfast, as it works to some extent, the 30% really isn't enough, especially with all the boop characters that you have in the game.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, I am not a Rhine player myself. I'm definitely firmly in my support slot. However, from just from my teammates who are tank players, and from doing my 5 tank placements and then not touching a tank ever again for the rest of the season, I completely understand that frustration.
Mhm. And I mean, I'm a tank support player. I mean, I can play DPS, but I'm a tank support player mostly. So yeah, I get both sides of the story with frustrations and things. And like I feel like so what happened was what I think needs to happen so they balanced out tanks so they're not as protective and they literally killed our support that could literally keep up with the damage output that is in the game as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't they knock down any of the supports or knock up some of the or knock down any of the DPS is what I meant, not supports as well, because the amount of damage that is being done in the game right now, because not many changes happened to any DPS. I think Genji got an upgrade. I don't know if any others got like an upgrade or a downgrade. But like as of right now, the support that's in the game is needed because of how much damage people like Junkrat and Reaper and people like that do to our tanks and to our DPS. It's just ridiculous how much damage they can do, given the standard. I mean, Baptiste can do a lot of healing, but like you can't match that up compared to compared to like the damage output. So the fact that I'm okay that they're um I'm okay that they're debuffing Moira, but I do believe that I do believe they should actually they should either buff healers. They should either buff healers or not buff healers, buff other healers that aren't Moira, so they can keep up, or like with a Moira can actually like keep up with the damage output. So it's not like
Mm-hmm.
one healer's overpowered and the other's just like a crutch. Um,
Yep.
and so they're all kind of
Oh, we
balanced.
got some swaps coming in here.
Or dampen DPS.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right, we got a swap on for Antimatter. It's M3 for Weeb, and
M3
then
for Weeb. Okay,
Chaotic for Slider
where's Weeb at?
at the very bottom.
Weeb, and who for chaotic?
Slider.
Okay, there we go. I'm ready. I did it. I didn't have a mental breakdown this time. Watch your gosh star language. That's funny. Boba from chat says stream team best team. Do we agree? Do we agree? I think that's
Oh
true.
yeah, 100% agree. I mean,
Stream.
personally, I am very new to Stream Team. However, just from watching last season, I have mad respect for anybody who does Stream Team. It's not an easy job.
Well, the big thing about streaming a game is you don't have to have mechanical skill. Like you don't have to sit there with the controller and know the controls. You just have to know tactically how the game is played and what works against what and how. Like you have to have an Overwatch brain. That's a Stylosa reference if anybody knows who Stylosa is.
Everybody in the Overwatch community should know who Stylosa is.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of his videos. I watch a lot of coaching videos and things like that, and because I coach myself, even though I'm a platinum, I've coached GMs before.
Everybody's ready, so feel free to send us in whenever.
I'm going to check chat. We got the big readies. We got the big readies. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, PogChamp. Big brain.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yigsy, shut.
Initiate.
Sorry, I laughed at that. I shouldn't have laughed at that. But anyways, at this point, like, it's very much having an Overwatch brain, or like knowing tactically what the game should be and how it should be played, which is like, it's a lot of people don't know. Like, it's really difficult to know all the stuff that you should be talking about and you shouldn't be talking about. Like, and that's okay. I've played this game since beta, so it's taken me this long to okay learn it. So I'm not expecting anybody to be a master ever.
Oh yeah.
Especially since the meta changes so much. Oh, and as I talk about Baptiste doing a lot of healing, guess who we have on Antimatter? Wait, shouldn't I have changed them? Wait, no, it didn't matter because they played
No, it doesn't matter.
control point first. Adoy.
As long as you swap them next map, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yes. I remember now. I remember. Don't worry, friend.
Alright, for Antimatter, it looks like they're still sticking to that Rein Zarya, but we see Drazidic on the Ashe. And M3 seems to have traded spots with Eve on that Genji.
Oh, Genji. Oh. My brain is
And
dead.
there is a Mercy Baptiste combination as well. I will say I very much like the Mercy
Oh,
Baptiste.
M3 gets
goodness.
taken down by Secret on the hog
goodness.
there. Looks like we've changed Secret from DPS to tank here, and we've given DPS to the crit, or not
Medusa,
crits, to
it looks.
Medusa. Medusa. Oh, the big immortality coming out from the Baptiste there onto the Reinhardt. Ooh.
Clutch immortality field. Drazidic is just doing so much damage with his dynamites. It is.
And
He's so close to Bob already.
The big thing is Hydra and Medusa have not changed to a hit scan, so at this point they're just getting free reign on the Pharah here. The Pharah Mercy just doing a lot of damage.
Oh, but however, Secret completely negates that.
MJ getting the pick on the Brig, but Hydra getting the pick on the Zarya. Picks going back and forth here, but looks like the picks are actually going in favor of Pepehands. Bob comes out to try to save the point. Mercy ults to try to save the point. Sorry. And Bullet here just flying above the point, just trying his best to contest for as long as possible.
M3 did manage to get that pick. Maybe
Pharah
they will
just
be able to
doing
make something
work up in
happen.
the sky because, like, literally they have no one on the team that can deal with it. Oh, big hack from Hydra there, stopping the Pharah barrage, but does get crit smig.
They are forcing quite a few ultimates out of
Rip Psy, guys. Ask in the chat for Psy, please.
That hog was pushing forward, however, he did pay for that, unfortunately, with his life.
Mercy's coming back from spawn here on the Antimatter side, and they're being quite aggressive despite only having one healer. Oh,
They do need to be careful. Oh,
big lizard comes out, big grab comes out, immortality field down. Looks like MJ goes down without a fight. So does Chaotic, and so does Yiggs. Looks like Antimatter's going to have to back up for this fight. I don't think there's a way they can save this one.
no, that team fight was no longer salvageable. The moment that they threw out the blizzard, that fight was lost.
And looks like Hydra has swapped to the Widowmaker from the Sombra to actually deal with the Pharah, but honestly, I do not think Widowmaker's the best pick to deal with the Pharah. As I say that,
And Drazidic has already, exactly. Drazidic has already dealt with the Widow.
Honestly, at this point, I would swap to an Ashe or a Soldier, or maybe even a McCree here. I don't know if Widow's the pick.
Personally, my personal preference when versing a very good Pharah like M3, I would either go Soldier or I would go McCree.
I mean, Ashe...
Unless if you are really good with your headshots on Widow, well, just as I say that. I did get to pick on the Drazidic, but the instant res from Bullet.
Honestly, facing a sniper as Widow is a lot different than facing a Pharah. A Pharah is a very bouncy hero, and you actually have to like kind of predict where she's moving, so you can do your flicks and such. But when facing off an Ashe, she's kind of just ADing in the same position.
Ooh, the flank barrage from M3.
Gets the Widow and the main
did
tank.
Get two.
But it did get taken out by Secret, but I don't know if it was enough. Secret almost takes out the Ashe, but Ashe gets secured by her team, so it doesn't matter. They're getting late picks.
The Mei, there's gonna be a big stagger onto that Mei.
And looks like we're gonna have to just fall back and regroup for
And Hydra has switched to that Ashe, which personally I think is a very good idea when versing a Pharah.
And honestly, if I was Pepehands, I would just group up and spawn, because that Pharah's gonna always have sightlines on you if you stand in that choke right there, that doorway choke, like where people normally group up back in. Pharah always has sightlines.
Yeah, unfortunately on this choke point, there is not a lot of maneuverability.
Gets a huge.
However, Yiggsy did have coalescence.
Drastic gets a huge Bob kill. Bob running into two people, killing him instantly. Oh. But
Can we get a PogChamp in the chat for Bob?
Bob is
yeah.
player of the game, dude.
PogChamp for Bob.
Bob is MVP. We should tell them that.
Oh yeah.
Bob, sorry, Drazidic. We can't choose you. Bob was obviously MVP in this match. And the Sphere is just getting so much spam damage onto Pepehands here. Like he gets.
It looks like Professor Oak has switched onto that Zenyatta, and Crit has taken over the role of Moira, just to get that discord on somebody.
Honestly, I really think Zenyatta's an interesting choice here, just because the fact they have a Pharah, and Pharah kind of just takes out Zenyatta's. Oh, both tanks go down. Both tanks and the main support go down by that Pharah barrage.
Mei is staggered on the left. If they do find her, that is going to be a major stagger for Pepehands.
I think they have found her, but I don't know if she's going to let them. Oh no! Chaotic wastes his ult trying to kill the Mei.
Personally, I think that's okay. I mean,
yeah, but he got walled off, so the ult didn't do anything.
That is true.
No value at all. I probably would have saved it for when they try to push on a point here, because he could have just seen.
However, it doesn't look like it's going to matter because Anti's just getting the consistent picks, and Moira's trying to push onto the cart
both the sniper
there.
And the Zenyatta here. Moira is behind though. Bob comes in.
M3 unfortunately blows himself up, but does get insta-res by Bullet.
Sometimes that's the sacrifice you have to make.
Mm-hmm.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
That was a great first round on Hollywood.
It was. And the fact
great defensive holds from Antimatter, not even letting them get around. I don't even think they got around that second corner, that second choke point.
No, actually, if you look right at the edge of first point, they're right next to the dry goods store and the general store. They didn't even get to the saloon. They didn't even get to get your preferred non-alcoholic beverage, because this is a PG stream.
Because this is a PG stream. We are PG and occasionally PG-13 when we slip up.
Your preferred non-alcoholic beverage. I got a big bottle of agua right here.
I got a big old bottle of sparkling ice, orange mango, aka sparkling water or something. I don't know.
Orange mango, sparkling water. 10 out of 10 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're getting the Orisa Hog again here on both sides, actually. And then we've got Moira Mercy and Moira Baptiste. No,
No,
Zen
Baptiste
Baptiste.
Zenyatta.
That's an
It's an
interesting
interesting
combo.
combination. I don't know if that's gonna have enough healing output for
No,
Pepehands.
actually, Baptiste has some of the does about as much healing as Moira, but it's a lot more controlled because he has to reload.
Yeah, definitely. We have Medusa on the Ashe and Hydra on the Hanzo, so I see some double sniper here. Hopefully maybe trying to negate M3 to be doing as much damage as he has been. But Draz is on that Ashe to try and help
Medusa
deal
goes
with
down
it,
to 1.
so.
He doesn't get healed at all.
Oh goodness.
Wolf Demon's goes down to the
Draz
Hog.
did get hooked in. Draz did get hooked in, however, not enough damage.
And looks like Secret's gonna go down. Looks like this fight is over. Yeah, it really
This fight
does.
was over before it even started.
And
Not to be that person.
if I'm
But
gonna
I
be
call
that,
it as I see it.
if I'm gonna be that person, I'm just gonna say it here. Antimatter may get this one. That was a quick capture.
Yeah. However, Wolf did get the pick onto M3. However, Antimatter does have spawns, so it shouldn't affect them too greatly. Hydra, we see Hydra on that Widow, so they're still running double sniper.
Secret.
They need to
Giggy
look
gets
out
taken
for
down by
that. Oh.
Secret.
With that Ant Matrix in there.
I don't know why they used
goodness.
Immortality Field there. They're not gonna have it for another 12 seconds now. I mean, even though it doesn't matter, Crits needs to be way more conservative with his Immortality Field, because Immortality Field is more of a threat when you're holding it and it's not on cooldown than when you're actually throwing it and using it.
He does need to be a little bit more cautious with how he uses it. However,
we used
oh
Transcendence
goodness,
there.
Draz did throw out the Bob.
Oh, ZX, Draz. Looks like the DPS are gonna come through, and looks like we're gonna have an easy push in here to dry goods, and looks like this may be the end.
Oh, they did push it quite far.
When? Or is it like
I guess it just moved back so quickly.
I do not. Okay.
I didn't even notice.
I thought it.
Oh, however, Hydra did get those double picks. And Secret did get a pick on the M3, however, I don't
it looks like
think
we're
it's gonna
getting
matter
swaps
here.
back and forth. We may actually see a stall here.
It was only...
We may see a stall. There's only 2 more left on the card. If they can kill MJ and Gigs, or Drastic, we may actually be able to get it. Oh, Bongo coming out from Demos. MJ trying to get the Bongo out. Here comes Genji. Oh, gets the
MJ
Baptiste.
is just going uncontested.
They really need to get rid of
He's doing
MJ.
so much work.
And then XN3 comes in and just absolutely annihilates everyone with his Genji blade. There was no way.
He farmed that blade very quickly.
Yes, he did. And that, my friends, guess what? Looks like we're going to a map 3, 2-0 to Antimatter.
Oh, this was that final Genji blade. Absolutely insane.
Wow. That was fantastic match by both teams there. The big problem is I feel like Pepehands does not have a target caller because they're just not getting quick picks. Like,
They really are not. They are putting out the damage. However, they are not getting the picks.
they're putting out the damage on the separate people. So instead of saying you're putting all the damage into a 200 health Ashe or 200 health healer or something like that, you're putting the 200 damage or you're putting all the damage into a 600 health Orisa, a 200 health Ashe, and a 200 health
Mm-hmm.
Mercy. So that's equivalent to like 1,000 health.
Yep.
So you're trying to break down 1,000 health instead of just trying to break down one health pool at a time, which is way more
Mm-hmm.
efficient.
I definitely agree with that. I don't want to say that it is extremely prevalent that you can tell on the side of Pepehands that they don't have a target caller. However, with you saying that, I 100% see that. No, but
See,
also we do also have to remember Antimatter has been playing together as a team since season 1.
yeah, they're
Pepe
still
Hands is very new to in season 3 for here. So it, like we were saying before, it is going to take time. You're going to develop a target caller. You're going to develop just everything. If I could speak today, um, it's like I was saying, it's gonna take time for you guys, for everybody to get good, so to speak, and work as a team.
Swap spelled backwards is also swaps. Same with canoe and race car.
Oh my god.
The anecdotes from MJ in chat.
Oh my goodness. MJ is a memer. You've heard it here first. MJ is a memer.
That was a really fun. That was a really funny joke.
Poggy's going in, but we're not sure for who yet. Apparently they're gonna roll a dice and pick. And Poggy is very happy to hear that.
But anyways, that's the significance of a target collar, because like I just said, so if you have a 600 health, you have a 500 health tank, and you have like 3 or 4 or two other people you're putting damage in, you're getting the equivalent of 1,000 hit points that you have to take down, not including the stuff that they're getting healed for as well. Like, cause you also gotta think, if you're putting damage into a tank and a DPS and a support, and that support is healing the tank, then the damage you put in the tank is kind of irrelevant in the end, because yes, you're chipping him down, but that Mercy or that Moira or that Lucio is just pulling his health pool back up. So that's why you want a target collar. So if you chip away at that 600 health Reinhardt, you and your entire team can put out more damage than a Mercy can heal or a Moira can heal in a split second of time. So that's...
Oh, we got the swaps for Antimatter. It looks like we're gonna put Weeb and Poggy Woggy, and we're gonna swap out Drazidic and M3.
And the map
And everything is
Gibraltar?
Volskaya.
Oh yeah, we have to do 2CP first. I forget.
Ew. U2CP. Not a big fan.
Okay, okay, there are 2 maps on 2CP that I kind of like. And that
If you say Paris, so help me God.
No, Hanamura and Volskaya Industries. I do really like Volskaya.
Volskaya is an okay map.
I said Hanamura.
I just don't like 2CP in general.
I said Hanamura and Volskaya Industries, and my brain put both those maps on. Now I gotta swap the spectators to spectate red only because they're all on Antimatter, and then I gotta swap the names so we don't have the wrong names showing up. Can I call one Anti-Pepe and one one Anti-Hands?
Looks like they wanna swap in Slider for Chaotic as well.
I kind of want to make it where one team is Anti-Hands and one is Pepehands. That'd be hilarious. Pepehands, and then what?
Oh my goodness.
Slider for Chaotic. What?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and I always...
Nothing to worry about, chat. MJ was just being exceedingly polite in match chat, and it was concerning me. And I mean that in the nicest way. However, MJ is a meme. Your non-existent third. Am I not doing a good enough job for you?
No, but I love Jibba, so.
Okay, got. Can confirm, I love her as well.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly, you would swap me for Jibba. Let's be quite honest. Jibba is literally
To
the
be
best
quite
person
honest,
ever.
I really do want
That's
to
why I
cast
said.
and commentate with Jibba.
That's literally why I said my non-existent third commentator, because we don't have a third person in this lobby to commentate. I wouldn't replace you. I would just add to the fun. Have we gotten ready for either team?
We've gotten it ready from Pepehands. However, MJ is taking
Being
his
MJ.
time. Being MJ. That's one way to put it.
Being MJ. Ready. Come on, you can do it, Antimatter. I believe in you.
I think Slider is having issues to get into.
Why don't they just go to group? Why don't they just make a huge group and just swap out every
But
time? That's what Raptors always do.
what's going on with Slider?
Can y'all
Slider
mass ping
AFK.
Slider? Dude, just swap someone else back in then. Tell them they have 4 minutes. Or 5 minutes. They have 5 minutes. They have until 10:03.
11:03. Oh well, it's 11:03 for me. I saw 10:03. I'm just like.
They literally have 5 minutes. Or 4 minutes now.
I'm saying that. I'm like, you
No.
have 5 minutes until before
Or you have to swap someone, yeah.
Oh. Nope, Slider is back. There is some smack talk going on in this chat. Oh, goodness.
It's Antimatter. You get used to it. It's not that big a deal, honestly. There's nothing
Now they want
bad.
to swap Slider for Drazidic?
Okay, that's fine. If that's what they want to do, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Waste 5 minutes, please. It's 4 a.m.
I mean, I feel bad for Pepehands because I do know that they have quite a few EU players, and the fact that it is 4 a.m. like I'm sorry.
Mad respect. Mad respect.
We respect the dedication. We are doing our best. It is not my fault that MJ is being a meme.
MJ's MJ. We can't stop it.
I mean, if I could control what everybody else does around me, my life would be so much easier.
Can we ask for Readies again, please? And thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Since MJ is literally, I swear, he has, like, sometimes I feel like he has the, like, attention span of a goldfish.
Oh, they're ready,
mean.
okay.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, we're ready. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm not trying to be mean to MJ, but sometimes I feel like he's kind of, he gets distracted.
MJ's a bit of a troll.
He is.
To put it quite nicely, MJ, you're a little bit of a troll, and your troll is showing.
All right.
In this match chat.
We are going to start up.
Yep.
Tell him sorry. We were doing commentation. We were in the middle of a conversation, and I was talking, and I didn't want to break my brain again. I'm like, I said ready. I know you said ready. Thank you. You don't have to yell at me. Can we please everyone calm down? I'm Antimatter. They're a really fun crew, but they
They are
do meme a
they are
lot.
they're an interesting bunch. They meme a lot and they troll a lot. And it's always in good fun. However, when it's 4 a.m. and you have not slept, I can see where that would get very aggravating.
Actively calm.
Ready
Love you
for
all.
battle.
Just coming in with the pog plays.
Oh goodness.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Looks like on the attack side we got Orion, Zarya, Lucio here where they're just gonna straight up brawl on top of them. And looks like we're getting a straight up bunker. I would have probably went with double shield though, honestly. If we were gonna do a Bastion bunker, double shield is literally the best because you can split up into 3 teams. The Baptiste with the Bastion and the Mercy with the Sigma, Mei, and yeah, the Sigma and Mei on point. And you can have Bastion.
Yeah, and it does look like Pepehands are going to get set up just a little late. I don't think they actively decided where they were going. However,
Yeah,
they do. Chris did get that pick on the MJ.
And it seems like it's gonna be big. Like, it seems like they're gonna do just fine. They're just gonna hold off here for a second. But now they know that they're running a Bastion. We're gonna see what they go for, because honestly, you need the double shield for the Bastion nowadays because you just get a Junkrat and Arisha shield's down in seconds.
Very true. And if they're not running double shield as well, it's just gonna make it even easier. Weeb is sticking to that Genji, which honestly is not a bad choice when facing a Bastion. And Poggy Woggy is on that
MJ
Reaper
comes
as well.
in with a big charge, but gets blocked off by the Mei. MJ goes down. Secret gets the Genji.
Ooh.
But Secret goes down to Poggy Woggy. Crits Mig, Medusa, Oak, and Wilkimo's picking up a pick. And looks like they almost got back half for one tick. But
yeah, and Yiggsy did get a bit of a stagger there.
But
a little unfortunate.
I gotta say, he almost got a tick on point, so I'll give him that. That was worth it. I'll give him a worth it. Thumbs up. Like the thanks mom thumbs up, but it's worth it.
Or the you tried star.
Yes, that's exactly what that was. Genji's coming up to the left window here trying to get a flank, but Mei's not taking none of that. Actually kind of backing up here, trying to stay behind his tank. Gets huge hammer!
Oh, it's a big shatter!
Yeah, but huge Valkyrie coming out from the Mercy.
Secret is down, however, they need to watch out for that res. Oh, but the Mercy res is cancelled.
Baptiste gets the kill on the Moira. Wolf gets the kill onto Poggy Woggy, and Medusa gets the kill onto MJ. Looks like Pepehands are taking this fight for their own.
It did look like that Weeb did make it out alive, however, I don't know for how long, because he is half health.
Oh, but Mercy got back.
No, he made it out.
Good.
He made it out. He's fine. There are 4 ults on the side of
They're setting up the Bastion again. Honestly, at this point, I would
Pepehands.
set up Bastion up on this left side over here, in those windows. But so he doesn't have it. No one has direct access to him. Oh, big blizzard coming in from them. Hey,
Big
gets the
freeze
Zarya. Yeah,
from Hydra.
Hydra just picks up all the kills before Secret can get his ult out, though, which is very sad.
However, they did use quite a few ults there. They did. They're going to need to be very cautious in this next fight.
Honestly, here I would use Beat.
I would use Blossom here.
I personally wouldn't use Blossom because they do have an immortality field.
That is true. Oh,
See,
but they will use
Blade and
They
Beat.
will use Blade.
And gets a huge amount of them. They use 3 ults, but it may just be worth it.
Hydra did get the pick onto Druzidic, however, one Mei on the point isn't enough to
Stall it.
to stall it out that long.
So it looks like Antimatter's just gonna give up first point here and just get ready to hold off second, which is basically the smartest plan of action for Volskaya because the spawn is so long.
Yes. And Hydra did swap over to that McCree. We saw him playing that earlier, and he is quite good at McCree. So they're gonna have to watch out for that, especially Poggy, not to get stunned out of their ultimate. And MJ as well. Wolf managed to get MJ and Poggy into a corner, and it unfortunately did not go well for them. The late stagger on the bullet.
You know what I just realized?
And what?
I never
And a very late pick on the Drizzig. Oh goodness.
So if there's a DC, I have no clue if my pause button's gonna work.
If there's a DC, just give it to me. I have my pause button enabled. Not a worry.
Looks like we got Hydra on the high ground up here with the McCree, and secret on the big grab there, gets the Roadhog, but doesn't look like there can be a kill that's put onto it. Looks like they're getting the picks though.
Yeah, all these picks are going in the favor of
Oh, Secret gets a kill on the Lucio, but Reinhardt just sits there and swings and swings and swings, and it's effective. I mean, he gets the kill. High Noon coming out from the side.
Reinhardt swung his hammer. It was super effective.
Yeah, dude, Pokemon.
I'm sorry, with the new Pokemon game that just came out, I had to throw that reference in.
Spin to win, spin to win. It'll always work. Never doubt the spin to win.
Until now, when it stopped working.
It works for a little bit. It's not a foolproof strategy, but it works. Oh, the good old May blocking herself into a corner. But she's gonna die very soon.
That good old strategy.
Oh, big Baptiste Immortality saves the May there. But not for long when
for a very short period of time.
Big spin
Poggy is gonna have Poggy's got another Reaper ult online here. And they're gonna pop it as soon as they get it.
And looks like they're gonna take it. But gotta say, I've got big props for Pepehands here. They did save it till 20 seconds.
Yeah, they did not give up without a fight. That is for sure.
Yeah, on 2CP maps, literally time is your most valuable asset, especially if you both get 2 points.
I agree. Yes.
Like yes, ults are good. Yeah, ults are good for when fights happen, but like you don't really need space if you think about it on these maps. You can take space, but you can always fall back onto the point because as long as you have point control, you really win the game. Whether you're defense or offense, if you have point control, you don't you just hold the point space. You don't actually have to push up and take space beyond that. Because you can win a game by sitting on point. You don't have to actually extend past the point. But most people do, so you have a buffer area.
Ready for battle.
And looks like Pepehands are undecided once again for what they're actually gonna run. It looks like we're getting
two things for
the defense bastion on the side of Antimatter.
One thing is for sure, Hydra seems to be set on playing that Sombra, which is actually very good on 2CP maps. So
see, if I was Antimatter here, I would play some sort of automatic laser beam sort of thing that automatically attracts to Sombra, so she can't actually hack the bastion. You put up a Torbjorn turret near the bastion, you put up Symmetra turrets near the bastion, something like that, just to buffer out that Sombra, so Sombra's not actually effective against that. And looks like Antimatter's actually got a plan here for their bastion and has set him up on high ground, which gives him a significant advantage against any sort of competitor.
Hydra is making their way behind them as well, trying to get a sneaky pick.
Oh,
however,
just Siddiq gets a hook. Bastion takes out the Pharah, and the Mercy goes soon after. Looks like the fight is kind of lost here for Pepehands.
Was Secret on the Hanzo the whole time until just now? I think.
Looks like they get 2 picks onto the Mercy and the DPS, putting Pepehands at a significant disadvantage going into this fight. Looks like they're just kind of staggering in. At this point, I would just call for a hard reset.
They really are.
And tell everyone just to regroup and spawn. I don't know what this Hog is doing. He's just making a Sigma shield burn damage, which is really stupid because Sigma shield is such low health, and when it regenerates, it's not a very constant. It's not a very it's not a very fast regeneration. So at that point, you should just really reset. And it looks like they have done that. Oh, gets 2 picks though, both tanks down.
And accidentally blows himself up as well.
Oh, gets to the. Well, I don't understand.
I don't
here.
think Yiggsy is going to be able to get that res off. Nope. Was not.
No, Yiggsy did get the res off. Actually, Yiggsy got the res off on the wolf.
Oh.
Or not Yiggsy,
Professor Oak got the res off.
yeah, that's what I meant. My brain. My brain melted.
Oh,
for
and
a second.
Secret just got absolutely
Melted.
yoinked.
Honestly.
And Weeb gets taken out by a stray hamster rolling through the point.
Honestly, at this point, Pepehands just needs to regroup and figure themselves out. Because back in that last.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Finish what you were saying.
Back in the last fight, Professor Oak actually rezzed Wolf Demos. They have a Roadhog, but I would have rezzed the Sigma because the shield provides a lot more value than the Hog ever could against the sort of damage that they're giving off to.
I agree. Yes. Hydra did swap back over to that Sombra. I'm not entirely
Gets
sure
the
how long.
AMP really quickly.
Yep. I think they're gonna pop all of their ults at once. Yep.
It works though, so I mean, they needed to win this fight, and they knew they needed to win this fight. They know they get.
However, Hydra did go down to Bullet, and Bullet just took out Wolf as well, but not before Medusa takes him out.
Medusa, the big Pharaoh ult actually may win this for them. Oh, and Antimatter takes map 3 without a hitch.
It was looking like it was going in their favor right there at the last second. However,
not enough.
Antimatter just got the upper hand.
That Pharaoh killed the Sigma and really saved the point there for him. Oh, and remember to be thinking of your MVP, because that's the question we have to make, and that's always the hardest part about being a caster, to be quite honest.
Oh, yep, I learned that, the other day the hard way when I commentated on my first game. I was like, oh no, who do I pick?
So yeah, always think about who you're gonna pick for that. Looks like we're going into Watchport Gibraltar, and we won't be going into what's it called?
A map 5.
Nepal today, which is sad.
Yeah, unfortunately won't be going to a map 5. However, Watchpoint is definitely one of my favorite maps.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I actually kind of hate watch point for very specific reasons, because the high ground is it's very weird. Like, you have two very obvious paths straight to the high ground, and then you've got the one that you can kind of jump off that middle bridge, you know what I'm talking about? The one that's up elevated in the sky on first point. And you can kind of jump off onto that corner, like around that corner,
Mm-hmm.
and onto that side, which you can get to from the floor. Like, there's
It looks like for Pepehands, they have lost their sixth person and they do not have a fill. I am not sure what we do in this instance. If it will
so
it just be an automatic forfeit or
ask them if they can get a fill within the next 10 to 15 minutes. If not, they're gonna have to forfeit the map, yeah, or play 5v6.
no, it looks like they've made up their mind.
All right, so looks like we're gonna have to actually pick up on those. Who was playing Farah that last map? For
Weeb was playing Farah. Weeb,
Weeb and XM, dude, they were so good.
they were
Like,
both very good Farah players.
like the Farahs were like the deciding factor on like the wins there, because they literally just couldn't deal with the Farah Mercy. They just couldn't deal with it, and the fact that that happened, like they just like they were getting annihilated because they could deal with the Farah Mercy, which is a thing that happens a lot. A lot of people don't know how to deal with the Farah Mercy. But yeah, and then we gotta give it for Yigsy on that Mercy every time, and then Bullet also was a very good Mercy on Hollywood. Okay, so we all know that Antimatter is a really good team. So what do we think for Pepehands? Who stood out tonight from Pepehands?
Well, for their debut game, I would definitely say who stood out to me the most was Secret and some of their amazing Genji plays, but also Wolf as well. Crits was also doing very well on that on the off support role.
I have to point out Professor Oak. Professor Oak played main support the entire game. He got multiple healing cards in the final trays. His Mercy was on point. He was getting reses off that questionably shouldn't have happened, but did, because he knew how to position himself in a position where he wouldn't get killed. And I mean, he was doing like exceptional healing. He was at least getting 1,000 healing per minute, which, as a support player and as someone who has played against the people of their level, I mean, it's hard, especially as a
It
Mercy.
is. I agree. Can confirm us Mercy mains. We gotta stick together.
We gotta stick together. But yeah, Professor Oak, he was a fantastic player, and I mean, he really did well in the support role.
I mean, if I had to pick between Crits and Professor Oak, I probably would definitely lean more towards Professor Oak. Both played amazingly, but Professor Oak just stood out to me a little bit more.
And Secret's an amazing DPS. I have no doubt that he will eventually get picked for an MVP, because he's just that.
Oh,
really good.
absolutely no doubt in my mind he will get MVP at some point.
And I know many times I don't remember whose team he was on, but he was on a team last season. And he was just as good as DPS then as he is now, and he did get the big wins. And I mean, he's a really good DPS. Again, like, I have no doubt in future games he will get MVP. And it's really hard for supports to get MVP because they kind of fly unnoticed on the kill feed, really.
Very true. Supports just kind of fly under the radar. However, if you're like us and we are support mains, we notice these things. So
I gotta give it to Oak. I really do. I mean, Crits.
I really do
I want to
too.
give honorable mentions to Secret and Crits, obviously. But
Of course, yes. I think on Antimatter, for me, it's a toss up between Weeb and M3. Though both of them were just doing so much work. I mean, we obviously saw more of Weeb, especially on this map and Busan. We only saw M3 for Hollywood. However, the plays that M3 were making on Hollywood
The flanks.
definitely matched up.
Yeah, the
It
flanks with
definitely
those
matched up
ults.
to with how well Weeb was doing.
Yeah, and Weeb did get 2 times to show his strength. So the fact that we're even mentioning M3, even though he was a one-time thing, we got to see Weeb twice in his Genji role and in his Pharah role. I mean, the fact that M3 matched up to that in his one-time playing, I mean, it's pretty honorable there.
Mm-hmm. But I gotta give a shout out to Giggsy and Bullet as well. They have some fantastic support plays over there.
I'm sorry, what did you say? My brain, I was typing, my brain was shut down for a second.
You're completely fine. I'm like, I gotta give a shout out to Giggsy and Bullet.
I
They're
agree.
putting out
The
amazing
support.
work on healing as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And MJ was popping off as a tank.
Yes.
There is no doubt about that.
So,
And so
basically,
was Wolf on Pepehands.
So basically, we go honorable mentions to the rest of Antimatter for being amazing.
Honorable mentions to everybody. Literally everybody played so amazing. But like if we had to pick one person, for Antimatter, I would want to give it to M3, and for Pepehands, I gotta give it to Professor Oak for the amazing plays.
So, you said M3? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, M3. And then we also gotta give honorable mentions to everyone on Antimatter because they all played so well. Jazidic as well did so great on the McCree, and on the Sombra, not the Sombra. What else did he? I know he played McCree.
Ash.
Ash, yes.
Jazidic is our hit scan player, so if it's Hanzo, Widow, Ash, that sort of realm.
Kritzmig.
You know it's Jazidic.
We said Kritzmig and who else? Was it Wolf or was it the other tank?
It was Secret for honorable mention.
CX.
And Secret and Crits for honorable mention.
Okay, and then we said it at M3 or it's XM3, right? For at
Antimatter. With an honorable mention to Weeb and well, pretty much everybody, but Weeb and MJ stood out the most to me.
Oh, we also got to give a big mentions to Yiggs because he's a beast. No, I'm not.
Can confirm that was a lot of pumping out so much healing, doing so much work. You accidentally tagged Lieutenant Oof for the honorable mention.
Oh, what? I totally swear I didn't. Oops, I messed up. Can I wanna change it. Please let me change it.
Edit it very quickly.
Because his tag's official Weeb. So I'm sorry. Weeb. I can't. My brain. I need help. Here, I'll just add her own tag. Right? No, it's the same I need help. I need help. I need help. Please help. I need assistance. Dude, I can't. I literally can't get to my message because I keep on typing. I can't. Okay. Why is it not fixing itself? I literally kick Weeabooology. WEEB. It's not letting me.
It's WEEAB.
I literally can't scroll down on this message because it hates me. I know. I literally typed WEE and then this. I channed it, dude. I channed it. I can't
Oh,
fucking
you
spell
channed
either.
it.
I channed it, dude. I can't, dude. My brain is melted. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone, dude. It's gone. I'm done. So that's the end of the stream, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed. Have a great night. Goodbye.